Yes, sir. Hi, Raymond. How are you this evening?
Hello, how you doing? I'm doing fine.
You say hello. How are you? I'm doing fine. Are you asking me or are you asking you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. Glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing fine as well.
Okay.
So, I got a call from you. You wanted to come in for couples counseling. I don't see another person here, so I'm wondering what's going on. And should we give I think you said your wife's name is Ashley.
Yes.
Should we give her a couple minutes?
No, Ashley told me she won't be able to make it, so I'm kind of disappointed, but she won't be able to make it tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, couples counseling is for couples, Raymond. So it's gonna be kind of hard to do couples counseling without the other person here. So give you a heads up about that. So, um, is she planning to join us later today, or maybe at another time? Or talk to me about.
She said she'll be able to come another time.
Okay, so what happened today? Tell me about it.
She just got tied up at work, and she knew we had scheduled it, but she forgot, and just she couldn't just take off. She just couldn't get off. So kind of disappointing, but she just said she couldn't make it.
Okay. Well, you don't seem upset about it, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing, but I'm kind of disappointed. I definitely would want her to be here.
Mm-hmm.
But since she couldn't make it, so I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe as though we both should be here.
Right.
But here I
am. Okay. All right. So she won't be here today. It's up to you if you want to carry on with the session or you want to wait until she's here the next time. It's up to you.
I definitely like to carry on.
Okay, that's fine. So Raymond, I'm Vicky. Tell me about this disappointment you feel and how it relates to your relationship with Ashley. Is your wife's name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me about that.
It's disappointment because we always plan stuff, and sometimes she comes through, sometimes she don't. Sometimes I expect her to come,
okay,
and she doesn't. For example, we was invited to a wedding on my side of the family, and it was a big wedding. And the idea, she knew she was supposed to come. We had planned for it. I reminded her, but she didn't come.
Right.
And it was kind of heartbroken because she just couldn't make herself available.
Okay.
And I believe, it's something that needs to be as important.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to me that, to show up.
Right.
So if I'm willing to do it, you should be willing to do it.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it.
Okay. So it's disappointing when she doesn't show up for events, but you show up for events when it's something important for her.
Yes.
Okay. So that's a pretty good analysis of how you feel. I'm glad that you know how you feel and you're willing to express that. What does she say about that? Have you communicated with her regarding that?
I did. She feels as though it's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't really see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
She said she couldn't make it. She couldn't make it.
Okay.
So it's like, as a partner, you can understand that stuff comes up. You give the benefit of the doubt. But I know me that I will make a way to come.
Okay.
And sometimes I just expect the same respect or same expectations that I would give.
Okay. So is this a ongoing situation for you?
I wouldn't say it's kind of up and down.
Okay.
I thought it would be ongoing, but she has shown up to some things and she has not. So it's kind of undecided.
If it's ongoing, if it's something you can say.
I can't just say that it's ongoing because I really haven't. I just started paying attention to it.
Okay.
So it's like I really can't sit in honors if it's ongoing.
Okay. But you do feel disappointed when she doesn't show up to something that's important to you. You've expressed that, and you still feel that what you may think is important, she may not think is important.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, tell me again how that relates to today.
Well, today, this is a communication, this is a counseling session, and I feel as though it's important for our marriage.
Right.
And she might think she thinks it's important, but her actions showing it is not.
Right.
This is something that I made myself available, and something reminded each other this morning, and she couldn't make herself available. So
okay.
I look at it where it's like I made it important, she's not.
Right. So you're making it a step towards healing your marriage or coming into unison between yourself and your wife, and you feel kind of disheartened because she doesn't feel the same, or you feel she doesn't feel the same.
Right.
Okay. So that's interesting. How are you going to address this with her?
I'm definitely going to bring it up.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to let her know that I really wish she could have came.
Okay.
It's I look at it long term.
Okay.
I think it's something that can help us. That we don't have all the answers, but it's definitely a step in the right direction to get answers.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the approach that I was going to take.
Okay. So right now you seem pretty calm and pretty assured of your plans on how you will address the issue. But can I be Ashley for a second?
Okay.
And I'm Ashley, and you're Raymond. Can you approach me or talk to me as if I am Ashley?
Okay. I'll be like, Ashley, this was our counseling today. Really disappointed you couldn't make it. I mean, I made it. Why you couldn't make it?
Well, I had to work.
Well, I understand that. I had to work too. But I took off. I mean, I left early. Why you couldn't be there?
Well, my job is important. This is what pays the bills.
I understand that, but our marriage is important too. We're in this together. We're partners. So I believe as though if I can make it, you should be able to make it. It's just all about accommodating each other. All about, reconciling. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to achieve.
Yeah, but with your therapy session again, if we don't have the money to pay for it, then we can't go. So I feel as if me being able to pay for it is way more important than actually going. Because your therapist may really like seeing you and want to help us, but I mean, if he or she, whatever it is not getting paid, then I can imagine they wouldn't want to see us.
Do you agree that there's a problem?
We may have a few issues we need to address.
Yes or no? Do you agree that there's a problem?
We have a few issues we need to address.
Yes or no? Do you agree if there's a problem?
Yeah, there's a few things we need to address.
Okay. So do you agree that we need some answers? We need some help?
Yes.
So if we're in this together, we agree that we want to help each other, right?
Okay.
We want to help each other grow. We want to help the partnership grow, right? So if we want to help the partnership grow, right, we have to make some accommodations. We have to plan ahead. I understand it's your job, but I have a job too. I understand we got to pay the bills. I understand that it costs. But the bottom line, if you're in this together, we have to do things and just accomplish things and make things work. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So I'm really disappointed that you couldn't make it. I believe it's all about initiative.
Right.
I took the initiative to make that step forward because I believe in our marriage. I believe it can grow, and I believe it can grow. I love what we have. I love the partnership. I applaud your effort. I love what you do. But I believe it's still that to make it grow stronger, we just got to be there for each other.
Okay. All right, Raymond. Okay, so we're done with that part. Okay, so I think that was pretty good. What I would suggest, if you're open to any suggestions right now, is that you start with the compliments first.
Okay.
Yeah. You shot out quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you shot out quite a few, and those were really good. Um, but I would suggest start off with the compliments first. Like you said, I love you. I love what we stand for. And tell me about some of the other things you told Ashley.
I love our partnership.
Love our partnership.
I
love how we're growing.
I believe in us.
I believe in us.
We can grow.
And we can grow.
But we have to accommodate each other.
We have to accommodate each other. So, those 4 are very good. Just add one more for me. Add one more compliment and address her with that. Okay? And especially because when you address her with this lack of, well, you didn't show up today and it's disappointing to me, she's going to be defensive. Mm-hmm. So before you even hit her with that, go ahead and hit her with those 5 compliments, those 5 positive things. And then after you hit her with that, then you tell her about how you feel, how you were disappointed. And then, listen for her response, okay? Listen for her response. And then go from there, okay? Whenever you're dealing with Ashley, go ahead and, especially when it's a touchy subject, or when it's something that's maybe of conflict between you guys, go ahead on and use that technique for me. Over the past, I will reschedule something for in another 2 weeks, okay?
Okay.
So within the next 2 weeks, I want you to use this on her. Start with the 5 compliments whenever there's some conflict or an uneasy subject or something that, you know how it is. Then go ahead and do that. And then tell me the results the next time you come in. How effective that was as far as communicating. Because like I said, some people get defensive. And I don't know Ashley, but how does she respond when you do talk to her in that manner? Because I played her, but I don't know if that was really her. So you tell me, what's her normal response when you come at her in the way that you did in the role play?
She would get defensive. She wouldn't be as calm as you would. She would get kind of loud and kind of get defensive, whereas she feels as though she does everything. She does all she can. And the time might not be enough.
Okay.
So it's I could come across that way where she thinks as though she just can't never satisfy. Just whatever she does is just not good enough.
Okay.
And then I have to, compliment, like you said, do the compliment. But she would definitely have a different approach than you would.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like you make the effort to at least reach out to her and talk to her, let her know how you feel and what you guys need to do to overcome the situation. But at the same time, you feel unheard even when you use that approach.
Right, I do. It's like I could say one thing, and she focused on what I said first, and not really listening to the whole thing that I said.
Okay.
Just assume or just figure where it's going. For her first response, when she first heard, she feels as though it's going that direction, so she's defending herself.
Right.
And it's not even going to that level.
So the whole conversation sounds like it. Ashley becomes very defensive, and your point is not. You can't get your point across, and then you feel even more disappointed and unheard. So it sounds like it leads to both people feeling unheard.
Right. It just goes nowhere, and we just become shut down, become quiet.
Okay.
So that's what we had the class, the counseling session, thinking it can help us and give us some pointers what we can do different.
Okay.
Because we've been married, 12, 13 years.
Okay.
So it's definitely, we're not newlyweds.
Right.
So it's kind of like, you're growing in your marriage, you've been married for a while, and sometimes you can get, complacent, and you get settled and just feel as though your partner should accept the way you are instead of continue to grow or self-develop. And see, sometimes I think that's probably what happens.
Okay.
And it's, we're not perfect, but we still have to self-develop and stuff to continue to grow. even myself included.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. So the focus of your marriage in your eyes is constantly grow and develop and be better. At the same time, acknowledging that you're not perfect.
Right.
So both of you are not perfect.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. So tell me, when you feel unheard, Ashley feels unheard. What's the what's the relationship like from that point on?
It becomes very quiet.
Okay.
Like there's no talking.
Okay.
But there's no solution or suggestions. Becomes real quiet. Then we go to bed, quiet. Wake up the next morning, quiet. I guess when everything calmed down, then we start talking again. Instead of just before we go to bed, kind of resolve it, and then just in the morning time, it's a new day, so let's go forward and just grow from there. But most times it's like it's just a shutdown, it's a mute night, so to speak.
Okay. So it you sounds like you guys start avoiding each other, or you start to you basically start avoiding each other. Not in the sense of you leaving or she leaving, because obviously you're going to bed together, but you kind of shut down, like you said, shut down.
Yeah,
so you avoid those conversations, the conversation that led to the conflict or the argument or the shutting down.
Right, just no talking at all.
Okay.
So it's like, on one end, you may thinking if you push the issue by keep bringing it up, and on the other end, you might as well just kind of just let things calm down and then go back to the subject. But most of the time, when we calm down, there's no talking. When we do resume talking, it's never going back to the subject. It's just like nothing happened. It just go ahead and just, I guess when you're married so long, you kind of understand each other and just knowing how that person is, and just knowing that we're forgiving persons, we unconditionally love each other. A lot of times just continue to grow and just continue to move because we have other issues in our marriage.
Okay. So, So it's better to just leave it alone, sounds like it. Just to avoid any further conflict or any further disagreements.
Right. But I don't know if it's the healthy way.
Okay. And that's what brings you to counseling.
Right.
Okay. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so tell me about how your parents dealt with conflict and disagreements.
My dad was pretty much, his way or the highway.
Okay.
My mom, she could be her way or the highway too.
Okay.
There was kind of like back and forth.
Okay.
My mom would push the issue, or my dad would push the issue, and sometimes they would go all night.
Okay.
And sometimes go all the way into the morning.
Okay.
And sometimes it could be my mom pushing the issue all night. And it could be my dad pushing the issue all night. Well, the majority of the time it was always my dad pushing the issue, and I would see between my mom and dad how it would the outcome would be. It would be just my mom shutting down and just not speaking to him for a week, or just shut down altogether, or just kind of like just ignoring him, just not getting anywhere. And my dad, he would get very defensive when my mom pushed the issue.
Okay.
So it's kind of like it was back and forth what I saw growing up.
Okay. So your dad never shut down or not just talk to your mom for a week, but your mom did. She would shut down and not talk for a week, and that would be one of the results of that whole conflict. Mm-hmm. So tell me about what would bring them back together.
I think just let it go. Just kind of like forgiving each other, kind of moving on. Mm-hmm. Just kind of realizing what the issue was about.
Okay.
And if it wasn't considered, I guess, serious, it just kind of just let it go.
Okay.
But if it was a major issue, then it would be a topic that we brought up again.
Okay. So some stuff got swept under the rug, and then some stuff they it came back to the table.
Right.
When it did come back to the table for those important issues, how was the conversation then?
It was a different approach.
Okay.
It was more of a conversation.
Okay.
It was definitely my mom was always kind of wanted to hear my dad's side. You know, my dad was he would either his way or the highway, but at the same time, what do you suggest?
Okay.
You know, and it's if he didn't like it, he still won't stick to his what he feel. But if he hear it, then that's like he consider it.
Mm-hmm.
But still, his way or the highway.
Okay. Okay.
But it wasn't no argument; it was more of a conversation.
Okay. So, even though they may avoid each other for a week, they would later revisit the issues that were considered important, and then they would have a better approach to trying to resolve the issue.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's our time, Raymond. We need Ashley here.
Yes, we do. We do.
So, can you try those 5 compliments?
Ashley will.
When you talk to her, because I know she'll, this thing with her not coming, we want her here. So try those 5 compliments and express how important it is to you as well that she's here, and we'll see where that goes. Okay. So another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks. We will be.
All right. Good deal.
All
well,
right.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you too.
All right.
There we go.
You too.